guys, welcome back to Do the Life Podcast. I'm Lynese.
And I'm Nyelah.
And we're so happy that you're here. So today we're talking about a topic that is not controversial and needs to be talked about. Because it's just, it's something that I feel like has lost its significance in this society. And the topic that we're talking about today is privacy.
Yes.
And we're talking about, what should be said publicly and what should be kept behind closed doors. And if you're with me on this or with us on this, I'm sure you've seen this. You're scrolling down social media and you're just like, why would you say that?
Yeah.
You probably should have kept that in the vault.
Yeah, they need to know that.
I don't think we needed to know that. And so we kind of want to talk about it because I think over time we've become very private with certain things. And I think with that was because we had this self-awareness of not everything gotta really be posted.
Yeah.
Not everything gotta really be said. Especially about relationships, friendships, and things like that. Like, why are we telling our business?
Child, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know if some of it is self-seeking or attention-seeking or feeling as though you just want to share it with the world. I don't know what it is, but I think my sense of privacy has always been there, but I think it grew more I want to say in 2021 that I wanted to be more private with certain things. I try not to post everything that's on my mind or post anything that even with gifts. I've just noticed that.
Yeah.
When you guys got me gifts for my birthday, I took a picture and I'm like, what am I gonna do with the picture? I'm not gonna post it because I feel disgust. I feel like I'm showing off.
Yeah.
And so I don't even want to post it. It's who cares what I got? I don't need to show anybody that.
Right.
So in Lynese said, going off of privacy in relationships is I'm not at the point where I want to expose everything that goes on in my dating life. If I'm with somebody, people will know I'm in a relationship. There's a difference between secret and private, right? Secret meaning that you don't want anyone to know because you feel as though if they know, something will come out and ruin your relationship. That's a secret. Or you're not supposed to be with that person, but you're still roaming around with them, right? That's a secret. Whereas private is, I'm in a relationship, but I don't tell you everything that's going on in my relationship.
Yes.
So
I like that. Because I feel like going back to what you said about the gifts. Yeah, I'm just trying to recall if I've done it recently. I don't think I have. I had did it with my Valentine's Day gifts I got from my sister, but I quickly deleted it. Because that feeling comes. I don't know if it's conviction, but something is why would you post that?
Yeah. It's what are you gaining out of it? You're just telling people
you got these gifts.
But what else?
What else? I feel with Christmas, me personally, I just never felt any way when people were getting gifts. And I think it's because growing up, we've always celebrated Christmas. So, I'll post, a family video, an aesthetically pleasing picture for Christmas. Merry Christmas, yo.
Yeah, that's calm.
All my close friends. But I think when people go out of their way to start doing hauls and, the details of the gift.
This is what I got.
Yeah, it's Merry Christmas to you, too. You feel me? But we didn't need to know all that.
Do you think it's also, too, because there's people out there that don't have it? And it's you're putting it in their face?
Yeah. Maybe it's just the humility factor.
I like that. Yeah.
I think that I don't see why I would post what I got for my birthday. It was for my birthday. It's not y'all's birthday.
It's why would you guys even care?
Right.
So I feel like a fool for even posting it. Why would they care? So I don't post it.
Who cares that you are posting that iPad or MacBook? I didn't get it. It wasn't my birthday.
Yeah.
It's a moment for you. And I think that what triggered this thought to have this episode for us was that, gradually over time, like I feel like maybe it's TikTok more than Instagram. I don't have Twitter anymore, but with TikTok, like people really just be saying anything.
And everything.
They'll prop that phone up and only God knows what's about to come out their mouth.
Whew.
And it's like, why would you say that?
Yeah.
So there was a video of this girl who was saying, like, she wasn't attracted to her husband the first time that she saw him. I think you gotta really sit back and ask yourself, before you even press the red button to record, like, what good is this information going to do for the general public? Because remember, you could wake up the next morning, that video has 1 million views. Mm-hmm. This is not YouTube where you just get spotted by a celebrity, then you go viral. This is like you can go viral at any moment of time. So ask yourself, why am I telling y'all? Is it going to benefit y'all? Because on top of that, no one's even posting the complete story. And you knew that we're going to need the context. Because now you're getting mad that people are coming for you for an incompleted story. You posted it.
Yeah.
You posted it.
And I didn't see the video you're referring to, but I was going to ask too, like, because I was going to say, like you said that people were coming for her. They had questions, right? People need to realize, and this is one thing I hate. It's like you go out of your way to post something and somebody comments about it and gives you their perspective, right? You do know whatever you post on the internet is open for people to talk about now, right? Like you can't stop it.
Yes.
Once it's there, we can say whatever we want. Is that right? I'm not saying it's right, but that is the way we live right now. The internet is free. So if you don't turn off your comments or turn off the remixing button, turn off the share, people are going to talk. People are going to talk.
Yeah.
So if you don't like the talking, then why we even post it? I don't want like, you got to be prepared for that and be like, respect the fact that like people are going to have questions. And I'm cool with that. But no, now you mad. But you could have prevented that.
There's a lack of privacy in this generation. Like, I don't think we even have digital boundaries. Like, the things that people would say in the comments as if they know these people.
Mm-hmm. It's scary.
But it goes back to the person who is also posting it. Like, these people don't know you, but they're going to say something. And you know this. You know this. Mm-hmm. This is an app that just has millions and millions and millions of people across the world.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, you have to assess what's worth sharing and what's not. Mm-hmm. There are certain things that have to be private. And I'm standing on that. There's a time for everything. And like, that's why, this episode, the Bible verse is Ecclesiastes 3 verse 7. It says, a time to tear and a time to mend, a time to be silent and a time to speak. Mm-hmm. Silence and a time to speak. Do I have to know that you weren't initially attracted to your husband? No.
Yeah, you don't need to know that.
That's a conversation you can have amongst yourselves, amongst your friends. Mm-hmm. On a public platform like that, where people can misconstrue your words and twist your words and make their philosophy apply to yours. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. It's like I can't even put it into words because I don't even know how it got to this point. I know we talked about this too. Like we wondered, like when was it? And this is not to condemn anyone, but when was it normalized for people to do a get ready with me starting in their bra and panties? And I asked myself that too because it's like it became such a trend. I didn't even realize when it started, like, and why it started. Obviously, we know that you have undergarments on before you get dressed. We know that. But we don't need to see you in it and then put the clothes on, guys.
No, like, it's comical.
Like, we know that. Like, we don't have to see it.
It's comical because it's, like, this is common sense. Oh. Like, I'm actually lost for words. Because why? Why would you be in your bra and underwear getting ready? You could have started off with your pajamas.
Yeah.
We edit to switch to the next part. You can cut that whole part out. Now we see you in your pants with your pajama top. Like,
so you knew that you was in frame, and you knew was when you edited, you saw it, and you was like,
we'll keep that.
We'll keep it. So that means that was intentional. Because everything is from intention. When you edit something, when I edit our podcast, I'll slice something if I need it cut out. Mm-hmm. That's intention, right? If you see something you don't like, you cut it out. So you saw yourself in the broad panties, and you continue to add more to it, and you went and saw it from the beginning, saw it again, and said, yeah, I like it. Post. That's intention. So when in the beginning of this episode, when I said, is this self-seeking, or that answers that right there. And that's concern.
What is the end goal? Right? Mm-hmm. When you prop your phone and begin to tell us that God showed you that the world was ending.
Ooh, that one's a real kicker.
Did you ask God if you were supposed to share that? And you telling me that the Holy Spirit told you, I beg to differ. I beg to differ. Because what you said has now elicited fear on non-believers and believers. In the previous episode, we told you that an encounter with God should never ever make you feel that way. Encountering God doesn't make you feel negative. So these are the things that come on our For You page. Mm-hmm. That God told you that we need to be warned that the world is gonna end. And everything that we see right now means like it's coming.
Out of all the people, first of all, if we go back to the word, he says it will come like a thief in the night. We won't know the time, the day, or the hour. So, how can you make us believe that? Like, he chose you to tell, I'm coming.
Out of all people, why would he tell you?
He chose you.
And we're not like doing this to be mean. It's just like, so you wonder why people are starting to pull away from God.
Yeah.
You wonder why people are questioning you under your comments, like, what are you talking about? Because they know what their word says. Never once did God say that, he was going to tell you that the world's going to end and that you have to put your phone up and set up your lighting and then put it on TikTok. He never said that.
No. So that was a lie.
And for what?
Like you said, maybe to evoke fear.
Because at the end of the day, that's what you did. At the end of the day, that's what you did. Mm-hmm. All you did was cause anxiety for someone, give them some anxiousness with a mixture of fear. Now they didn't pray tonight. Because they're up all night thinking about how they're going to die because Trump got into the office for presidency. Because he saw that in a dream. It's getting a little weird, guys. It's getting a little weird. I think we need to dial it back.
Like a lot back.
A lot. We have to start reassessing the things that we're deciding to post on our social media platforms, especially Instagram and TikTok. Mm-hmm. It's not okay.
Yeah.
It's not okay. I know there's certain things that people post that is personal, but however, is meant to bring awareness. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I am absolutely cool with that. But there's a lot of nonsense being spewed out of people's mouths that are not even true. And because our brains go so fast on this app, we're not even fact checking. Mm-hmm. So you just consumed nonsense and wasted space in your brain memory with this information that's not true. Mm-hmm. And it made you feel 10 times worse.
Yep.
What are we doing?
What are we doing, guys? Yeah. There was a lady last year, she had posted that the world was going to end on a specific date, right? Obviously, that day passed, right? So the day after, people went to her comments again and was like, what happened? Why didn't it end yesterday? And she was like, oh, God is going to give you guys one more chance. Girl, you think God would make a mistake? Really? If he's only coming one time, he's only going to do it one time.
One time.
He's not going to say, I'm going to do it today. Nah, I changed my mind. I'm going to do it tomorrow.
What are we saying?
And he told you that?
What are we saying?
Come on, guys. Like, we are losing the plot.
We are losing the plot.
And we're in too deep. And a lot of new Christians, they probably don't even know what's right, like what's true and what's false with these, Christian-based influencers, so they claim, and it gets messy.
Yeah.
It gets messy.
Like, there's times where we're like, we even make sure what we post is going to benefit. Always. Mm-hmm. So if we gotta cut and slice like how they do the same, we'll cut and slice because that's not really appealing to y'all. No one has to hear that.
Yeah.
Sometimes we make mistakes with misquoting the chapter and the verse. We'll cut that out, we'll edit it, or we'll make sure to let y'all know, like, hey, this part we meant this instead of that.
Yeah.
People aren't being intentional about saying things that have value, saying things that hold weight. There's certain things about your relationship that, guess what, we don't need to know. I didn't ask. Mm-hmm. Then you get mad at the world for having an opinion on your relationship that you just put out there. Yeah. What's going on? What are we doing? Why are we doing it? Like, it's like living in a glass house. The minute you post sensitive information about yourself or something that God intended to be between you and him, we're living in a glass house. We can throw stones wherever we want. You open the door for us.
Yeah. It's concerning. Even like the things that people say, like on TikTok, like it could be inappropriate private stuff that goes on between them and their significant other.
Oh yeah, you telling me about that.
And I'm like, I didn't need to know what happens between you and your partner behind closed doors. No one needs to know that.
Nobody.
That's why it happens behind closed doors. If we were supposed to know, you would do whatever you need to do in front of everybody, right? But you don't. So why are you telling me? I could have went my entire life not knowing.
For sure.
So that's where it goes back. Go back to the self-seeking, the attention-seeking. Why is this for fun? Like, why is this for views? Why is this for clickbait? I don't understand. What are we getting out of this? What is it? If someone can explain it to me, that will help me understand. But it's not adding up.
It's not. And there was an influencer that said, like, she made sure to tell everybody everything about her so no one can come and say it out their own mouth. You don't gotta do that.
Yeah, you don't.
You don't gotta beat people to the punch. Like, if we find out, we find out. But to intentionally expose yourself of things that you do in the dark to make sure that your friends don't say it before you do. First of all, those are not your friends.
Yeah.
If you think that of them. Mm-hmm. And two, we didn't need to know that. Like, I think one of them was that she was on Ozempic. We really could have thought you went to the gym.
Yeah, we wouldn't even know.
Like, we didn't have to know that. And once again, it's like we're losing the plot because it's like we had a secret place and we're leaving that secret place. Yeah. We would rather tell millions of people instead of talking to God.
That's it.
Instead of seeking counsel, instead of talking to your circle of faith, you would rather seek millions of opinions.
It just doesn't make any sense. Like God is the only one that can judge you rightfully so, right? That can condemn you rightfully so, right? Wouldn't you want to go to your Father that can lead you out of that temptation, that can bring you out of the darkness and into the light, that can show you the righteous path that you're supposed to be on and give you grace. Because the internet's not going to give you grace. I'll tell you that right now. They're not going to give you grace.
They're going to crucify you.
They are, and it's going to be bad.
Why would you?
And then you get mad. But it's like, you went to the one group of people that is going to talk down on you.
Why would you do that?
That's what the internet is. It's not a happy place. It's not a safe place at all. God is safe, though.
Thank you.
Maybe people want to feel like a void from the internet. I know some people say like, oh, they have like internet friends or social media friends, right? And sometimes their comment or their likes even make you feel better than your friends, right? Like,
okay.
So I don't know if, when I say it's self-seeking, I don't know if they are trying to fill a void by getting attention from them. But in the long run, you'll understand that it's not a permanent void that's being filled. It's very temporary. Only God can fill that permanently. Like if you like have a thrill over getting like 500 plus Instagram likes on social media and 100 comments, you're going to want double that the next time you post. It's like, it's never going to satisfy you. So that's why I'm saying, like, I'm trying to understand, like Lynese and I are trying to understand why people are doing it and what are they getting from it. And so I guess this is my way of trying to understand if that's why. It's because they're trying to fill a void.
Yep. They feel more heard or seen rather than, from their inner circle.
Yeah.
Just sounds like you need better friends.
That's it.
It sounds like you need better friends. Sounds like you need to find your own community, because whatever it is you're looking for, you're not going to find from the internet.
Yeah.
People's words can change. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I see things and people are like, oh my God. Like, I think there was a girl who, like, none of her friends showed up to her birthday. And I felt so bad. But there were people in the comments like, you should have called me. Like, I like to fly. Okay. I don't talk to your friends, though.
Yeah.
What were we going to do for you?
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's that validation, the quickness of the validation. Mm-hmm. The quickness of the millions of comments that can come under your post. Your friends still didn't show up to your birthday dinner. Yeah. Sounds like a situation you really need to sit with and process. Do not process anything on the internet.
Don't.
Oh my days.
Oh Lord.
Because that is a traumatic event that just happened to you.
It is.
You just realize that these women you claim to be your friends aren't your friends. Sit with that. Mm-hmm. Sit with that. Because sometimes God is trying to knock on your door, but you keep slamming the door in his face because you're worried about what comment is going to come up on your post.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I think too, like, I hope people stop venting on the internet, because that too it's not a proactive way to heal. Like, there are resources, like we say, there are therapy. If you have a circle of faith, lean on them. But most importantly, you can go to God. I see so many celebrities bashing their significant others on social media. It's like, one day your kids are gonna see that, how you bashed their father and how you cussed him out on Instagram Live. Like, I know you're angry, and whatever he did to you wasn't right, of course, but there is a way to handle it better. That is not a mature way to handle. Going to the internet to vent about somebody or to bash somebody publicly, especially your significant other or the parent of your child, it's not positive.
I really am trying to understand it.
Yeah.
Because, like, once you do that, you tear your character down and you tear that person's character down, and then y'all get back together, and now your relationship has all these other eyes on it. And so your relationship can never get to its peak because of the opinions of others that you allowed into your relationship. Mm-hmm. You're not in an open relationship.
Oh, you're not.
And it's like, I feel like people just think that this is like a simulation. No, like this is reality. Like Nyelah said, like you cussing out your baby father is gonna be a home video for your child because your child is a baby in the video. Have a simple conversation. Private. And if you're angry, guess what? Maybe not pick up the phone and vent to social media. Maybe put your phone to the side and process. And I think that's what we're missing, the processing. Did you process how you're going to do that? Get it ready with me? You didn't, because now you're standing in front of us with your bra and underwear.
Yeah. And I think another thing that's important to note is like, if you do claim to have a relationship with God, why would you want the world to dictate how you maintain a relationship with other people? God is the only one that can give you the proper tools to maintain relationships with other people. Or to mend relationships with other people, or to properly handle a disagreement, a dispute with your partner. The world is definitely not going to help you at all. The world is not your friend. I think that's the problem with people on social media. They think the world is their friend, and it's not.
It's not. It's actually your enemy in progress. Yep. It's your enemy. They don't mean well.
At all.
At all. They might cry with you today, but tomorrow
they may laugh at you.
They may laugh. You're just another topic in a group chat. Another topic in a conversation. And it's getting to the point where it's like, if we don't take control of it now, everything is going to be out there. People are downplaying things that we used to hold to such high regard, like a marriage, like having a family, like being a wife, like all these things that people are downplaying because of their think pieces. Or because of one person's story. Shattered them.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that's going to be everyone's story.
No.
Just because something happened to you doesn't mean it happens to everyone. And I've been starting to block that type of content on my TikTok because I saw a grown man, yesterday on TikTok talking about y'all women want to know why men don't go out on dates with you. And then he talks about a very good date that he had with a girl. They went on the date. He said it was one of the best dates of his life, and I guess the girl said the same thing. And then he tried texting her, and she responded back with one-word statements, and basically it's like blowing him off, doesn't want to really see him.
Okay.
And so he was like, that's why we don't date, because a woman like that. No, that's not why. That was one experience that you endured. That's not every woman. So for you to bunch all women and say, y'all women want to know, no, it was a woman that you encountered, that you had to go out on a date, and unfortunately it didn't go right. Does that mean love doesn't exist? No. Sir, try again. You fall, you get back up. It's not the end of the world. Does it suck because you put yourself out there and you didn't get the response reciprocated? Like, you didn't get the love reciprocated? Yes, it hurts, but that doesn't mean now all women are like this. No. And vice versa. It doesn't mean that all men are like that. So that's something I don't like, is when people do that. And then this is why you get people now holding marriage and getting married first before you have kids, why they're not holding it to high standards anymore. This is why people are okay with having broken homes, because people don't see value in it anymore because of think pieces like that. And when you do that, you break the structure of God. It's not okay at all.
And it's like, it even just dilutes the principle of the things. Like, TikTok it's a shaky foundation that someone will literally like key at your situation. You were expecting validation. Now you feel 10 times worse because someone made a joke out of it. Or someone calls you a liar. Right? Or someone's like coming at your character, questioning your character. So you gotta ask yourself the importance of putting this information out there. If this girl responded that way, talk to your boys. You're heartbroken about that?
Exactly.
Talk to your boys. Talk to your family. What? And then you categorize women. Now women are coming to bash you.
Yep.
Because understandably so, probably not in the right way, but it's like you're coming for us. First of all, we don't know you.
Yep.
Second of all, now they're questioning you, like, what did you do? Had you had kept that to yourself, you probably would have even got over it quicker.
And we wouldn't know. It's like, I think he was trying to get support from either other men or kind words of wisdom from other women to say, like, oh, you look like a great guy. Like, I would date you. I would, like, you know.
I don't know you, sir.
And it's like, yo, if we went to, imagine you go on TikTok bashing exes. You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I going to gain from that? And then it's like you're trying to rain on someone's parade. Like, you're trying to ruin their next relationship.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's embarrassing. I had to say, it's embarrassing. I'm sorry.
And we're not saying, like, we're saying for people who are weak-minded. You're swaying people that are weak-minded. Kind of like with the Christian walk. Someone who is a baby Christian is going to follow you because you claim to be this Christian influencer, right? But the way you're influencing will sway them. And unfortunately, it will sway them into perishing. Yeah. Because what you're teaching them and how you're depicting God to be is not accurate.
Yeah.
And I feel like even with that, this is why you need to go to your secret place. Pull back from social media. Pull back from TikTok. Withdraw. Like Jesus did.
Yeah, he did that a lot.
A lot. Withdraw. Disconnect. Throw your phone somewhere. Pick up your Bible. Pick up a book.
A journal.
A journal. Pick up your pen and write. Process. Pause. I can't make it any more clear. Because you went from being a normal girl from Wisconsin, right, to now being on the blog pages because of a think piece you thought you should share. That's going to be on the internet forever. Forever. Well, and we said this before, and we'll say it again. If you knew what the gift of influence has and what it takes to have it, you wouldn't want it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to be famous off of what happened to you. You wouldn't want to be famous off of God knows what. If you knew the weight of the gift of influence carry, that's why it is a gift. It should be given to you. When you rush for it,
I think too, I hear a lot of people say, like, you know, you should give it to the universe, right? That's something that, like, spiritual people say, right? I just learned there's a difference between spiritual and religious, and spiritual people really refer to, like, the horoscopes and the gemstones and all that stuff, right? One thing I will leave you guys with is, if you throw something into the universe, right? And I mean that, like, as the world will throw it back into your face. If you throw something to God, he's not going to do that to you. The universe will, though. It will throw it back into your face. Like, it'll hit you hard with it. Okay? So, stop throwing it to the universe or to the world. Bring it to God. Let him handle it. Whether that takes a week or two or more, let him handle it. Let him help you process your emotions. But do not give that to the world.
please don't give it to the world. Like Nyelah said, they'll throw it right back at you.
Seriously.
And they'll continue to bring it up. And they'll keep a record. They'll hold you accountable for what? Because you came on the app to say that you didn't find your husband attractive initially. Why do we have to keep record of that? But that's how the world operates.
Yeah, and they will remember it for the rest of your life. They will not. One thing I know about the internet, if you say something that the masses don't like, they will not forgive you. They will remember that forever, and you will not be able to live that down. But guess what? There's somebody that will forgive you for it, and that's God. He's the only person guaranteed to forgive you.
And if God is pleased with you, who cares about what so and so said about your story? What did God say He's gonna do what you just told him? What did He show you? Those are the things that matter. Once y'all start taking a pause and thinking like that, I promise you, life becomes more peaceful. Well, I had to get there gradually. Not that I posted my life, but I would just post things that didn't hold weight for anybody. It's just like putting a projector in my life and letting y'all watch me. Wow.
Yeah.
Then I hear this thing with like monitoring spirits, which yeah, it's a thing. And I think monitoring spirits has lost its meaning because people only monitor you because you're posting things that they are going to monitor. And I don't know if they're confusing that with like stalking. You know, people will be talking about monitoring spirits and it's like, block them.
Simple as that. Or mute them. But block, yeah, if you don't want someone viewing your content, then block them. Don't go out of your way to call someone a monitoring spirit now. Like, if you guys are worried about people watching your content, you don't like it, you don't even need to have a social media account. Like, that's how unimportant it is. You do know whatever you post on social media can be viewed for free. Like, it's not something that has a security on it. All right? It's not like that. Whatever you put out there, people can see forever. So if you don't like that, don't be on it. Like, there are more important stuff to be worried about than someone viewing your social media account. I don't get it.
We're losing the plot.
Losing it. Like, people are dying.
For real. Like, we have better things to be worried about. Like, if you're a content creator, be a content creator. And if there's haters, block them.
Yeah. Block them.
If the people from home aren't supporting you, guess what? Jesus went to the same thing.
Or if you are strong enough, then you can just ignore it too.
Or ignore it.
Yeah.
They don't do nothing for you.
If you know it's not true, just keep pushing. It doesn't matter.
They don't add to you, they don't subtract from you, and you have your supporters. Focus on that.
Yeah.
We keep letting the bad outweigh the good.
Yes, I love that.
We keep letting bad influence be greater than good influence. So yeah, guys, just, take that into consideration, right? Like, it's written for us. Ecclesiastes, it's written in there, like, there's a time for everything.
Yes.
And there will be a time for you to speak. It doesn't even say there'll be a time for you to speak publicly. There can still be a time for you to speak, but be private amongst people that need to hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
So that's really it. Like, this is something that's been on our hearts, and like, we can even further this and expand it. But I just genuinely hope that we understand the difference between public versus private. What needs to be shown and what doesn't.
Yes. Yes, I totally agree. It's definitely like a complex topic, and we can definitely go deeper than we already have, but I think we touched the most important parts, and that's just our perspective on that. Like, if you guys have a different outlook on it, feel free to comment down below on our page or DM us as well so we can continue the conversation. We're always hoping to hear from everyone.
Hide yourself.
Yes.
Establish your secret place and be there with God. Don't take us with you. We don't want to go. Honestly. Yeah. We don't record it. Don't record yourself praying. Do that with God.
Yes.
We don't gotta prop up the camera. Establish your secret place. We'll leave you guys with that.
Yep. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us for our latest episode of Through the Light. Please follow us on our TikTok, our Instagram, and our YouTube, and subscribe to our page as well at Through the Light Podcast. That way you can get all of our next episodes.